Okay, this is the second part to this electron lab. The first time we took metals and we put them in flames, and you could see that they each produce their own specific color. But it was kind of hard to tell if you had a mixture of colors. It's really hard to define the specificity of all the electron arrangements in something like that. So we are upgrading to a different spectrum. So this right here is a high voltage electric source, and each bulb only has that element in it. This one currently has mercury. So we're going to be looking at the mercury spectrum. Now if we would have been doing this in class, you each would have had your own spectrophotometers, which is this thing. We have individual ones that work pretty well. They're like these little same kind of boxes, and it has a filter, or not really a filter, but it's actually a grating. It's almost like if you take lots and lots of little lines and split them up, it's actually going to split everything up into its different colors. And so that's what this is. There's a diffraction grating that splits all that kind of like bluish light down there into its specific colors, given a actual line spectrum. So I'm going to try to, I've taken pictures of the actual line spectrum, but I'm actually going to kind of see if you can actually see what I see here. So I'm going to put your eye up to the eyepiece, and a couple of things I want to show you. The first thing is, if you see those numbers right there, that is the spectrum. So there is a little tiny slit of light that's only letting the mercury light through. And you can see it breaks it up like a prism into its individual colors. So now I know it's a little hard to see, but there's a scale behind each one of those colors. And that scale is in, well, nanometers. So it's giving you the wavelength of the individual line spectrums. So we're going to look at several different types. But to do our calculations, we're using mercury because this is going to set our data. This is going to be kind of essentially what we set all our values to, because if you can tell, those lines are really, really clear. They're really distinct to see. So you've got that violet, purple line to the far left, and you have kind of a cyan, I guess that's what you call them, maybe a light teal. Then you have this bright green, and then you have kind of a even greener green. So those are going to be our 4 lines that we are going to set to our values, and that's going to set so that we can do calculations for the rest of them. So we're going to go through this process, and I will show you some line spectrum of different bulbs. Alright, here we have a hydrogen spectrum. So you can see already it's a little different color. Now the camera doesn't really do it justice. It's actually, if you look at the reflection off the black, that's kind of more what it is. It's kind of a purpley, violet kind of color. And so now let's give you a chance to see what it looks like here. Hang on, give me a chance to get it. There's the spectrum. So again, it's breaking it up. Now remember, hydrogen only has 1 electron, right? And if that's a pure sample of hydrogen, then how are we getting multiple lines? I'll let you think about that. Is it because the electron can just kind of do whatever it wants, or is it possibly that 1 electron can make different jumps from one energy level to another, but all is the same? Now again, I've taken some pictures of this, so you're going to be able to actually see the guide a little bit better than numbers, but you're going to be looking for a purple, kind of a blue, a green, yellow, and then there's a really strong line down there in the red range. So that's the hydrogen spectrum. Alright, so here we have neon, and you can see why you use it for advertising. It is bright and it is colorful. It is about as, in fact, it almost can't even take in. It's very kind of deep orange. Again, kind of look at the background of the either the over there or kind of the background. It's not quite as bright. It's just really orange, red orange. Now, this is going to be really different than the other one. The others, mercury and hydrogen, only had a couple lines, but you can already see as we look right here. Wow. A whole bunch of lines for neon. Most of them clustered in that orange red area. However, there are a couple in the green and some down in the violet range. Let me see if I can get them to come in. Again, I've taken pictures of this so you'll be able to kind of analyze them a little bit more as to how many nanometers each color is. But you see there are a few more kind of like in that blue and green range. But anyway, that is neon, isn't it?